There are so many lies that call themselves business gurus on social media in 2025. I don't know if this is intentional to get people off track, or is it because they have literally no experience in online marketing, so they're just repeating someone else to make themselves sound good. But one of the biggest lies that I'm hearing right now is this myth that you need to niche down in order to make money. And I'll be honest, this is actually quite sad to see, because starting out your own social media business is hard enough. Now you have some dummy telling you to niche down and effectively limit your audience, which would basically mean limiting your potential number of clients. For those that don't know, I used to be an Amazon FBA coach for almost like 5 years. I started my own Amazon FBA business in 2018, and in 2020 I decided to get on YouTube and started teaching others on how to sell for themselves too. I thought, hey, everyone's at home, potentially losing their jobs. Let me see if I can help them make a bit of money in the meantime. Now, in those 5 years, I've helped way over 500 people start their own businesses. And they all came from different countries. Most of them were from the UK, but we also had some students from the US and Europe too. Some were women, but most of them were men. Some were older in their 30s and 40s, whilst others were still at university. And they all had different budgets to start. Some had a spare £1,000 to £2,000, whilst others were like, yeah, dude, I got 10k in the bank, let's fucking go. Now imagine I followed some online dummy guru advice and said, nope, I only work with men over 30 in the UK looking to start their own Amazon FBA business with a budget of over £5,000. And anyone that was interested in my service outside of that specific circle, I would just have to turn down. Do you know how stupid that would have been? I would have literally left like tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds on the table. Because guess what? Whether it's a 30-year-old male with 5k in the bank or a 22-year-old female with 3k, they both have the same problem. They want to make money and they want to get started selling their own products on Amazon. So instead of niching down on the identity, why not just niche down on the problem instead? But what does that mean? Well, in my case, not knowing how to sell on Amazon was the actual problem. Every single video that I was making, it was about how to sell on Amazon. It wasn't about how to sell on eBay or Etsy, Facebook, or Shopify. Don't be one of those idiots that's an expert in 10 different problems and you just start speaking about all of them on your social media. Recently on Instagram, I saw a coach whose name shall not be mentioned. In his bio it says, I help middle-aged men with knee pain regain full mobility and live an independent and fulfilled life. And in almost every other video, this coach would start something like, if you're a man in your 40s and you can't run like you used to, here's what you can do. And if I was that individual, and who knows, maybe I will become one day, I am sure I would find that video really helpful. But you know who also would find that video super helpful? Women and younger people, maybe those who are recovering from an injury or something. Or maybe even retired people who struggle with the exact same mobility issues. What this coach has effectively done is just looked at the mobility issues market and said, yep, this pie is just way too big for me. I don't want to have all of these clients. I'm just going to go for 10% of it. And what's crazy is that if he just changed his bio, his messaging, and maybe his landing page, he would be attracting so many more people. So if there's just one thing that you can take away from this video, then it's this: niche down on the problem, not the person. And here's the best part. If you're just starting out and you want to take your online business off the ground, you only need a few clients to win. In most niches, if you can work with like 30 to 40 clients per year, you'll have more than enough money to leave your 9 to 5 and just do it full time. And given that's the case, why make your own life difficult by niching down and fishing in this little lake when there's like a whole sea of customers right next to you? And speaking of fishing in the right places, there is a trick that successful creators are using to get 10x more views, and no one has the balls to talk about it openly. Some even call it stealing. So click this next video here to find out what on earth am I talking about.